Hi there, and welcome to this bingo unboxing video. I wanted to do a number calling ASMR at some point on my channel, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to unbox the kit that I'm planning to use in advance and record this video at the same time. So um, do bear with me. I'd like to just have a nice relaxing time with you right now and just slowly go through the kit and very gently pick it apart and get it ready for the next video. Um, you might be able to see my hands, they look a bit sore today because of the cold weather. It's extremely cold where I am today. So my hands are quite sore. So what I thought I might try and do is use these gloves that I've got as well. So these are protective gloves for specifically for sore hands and sort of chapped fingers. And I thought this might make my hands look a little bit more appealing in the filming today. Um, but we'll see how we go because I imagine this will be quite fiddly and slippery, but we can always see how it goes. So, okay, so without further ado, this is the set that I've purchased and I'm planning to unbox today in front of you and to use. So it's just a simple bingo calling machine. Um, there's plenty of them on the market. This is just the one that I picked. There's nothing special about it that I thought it was just a good price and it had what I wanted, to be able to randomly pick some bingo numbers and have that ready in advance before I call them out. I thought I might even have a go at rattling the machine and seeing how loud that is and seeing if I can do something with it to take away the noise, maybe mute it a little bit on the actual video. But if not, I can do it in advance, and then we'll have a nice time, a nice restful number calling session just for fun. Okay, so it's a nice square box. We've got the flap here to open it up. I'm just going to pop this open very gently, and then using my gloves, take the lid off. There we go. So So I open these two flaps now. You can see we've got the kit inside here. If I can give you a little bird's eye view there. Okay, so very gently, I want to take out what appears to be the bingo number board, and it's wrapped in this lovely cellophane. To keep it nice and dust free. I'm looking forward to tearing that open in a second. So that's great. So that's your bingo numbers. And to place the board there, you've got the instruction manual, which I'll pop to one side for later. And what else do we have? We have some bingo calling cards, quite a few of them in fact, so fun for all the family, that's great. I may not use those, but I might use that for a future idea and see how we get along. So I'll just pop that to one side as well. There we go. Now, um, these appear to be the bingo balls. As you can see, they have lots of numbers on them, and they're all fixed together in this kind of plastic mesh. It reminds me of something like an Airfix model. So I think this might be where we have the most fun with these gloves on today, and we'll see how we go. And that looks they look very nice. They're quite heavy as well. It's quite sturdy, and I think that's I think that's quite good. Oh, it's open at this end, so I should be able to slip them out one at a time. So 1, 2. Oh, let's try that one. Very gently. 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So that's 5 plastic holders. I'll just gently put this away. And then we bought, so how many is that? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15 balls per set. So in total, we have 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. I think that's right. Let me do that again. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. That's right. Yes. Ah, it does actually say on the box, it says, vous numérotez jusqu'à 75, which is French for, if I look at the other side of the box, numbered balls up to 75. There we go. This, and if I now take out the main event, we've got the rotary, what's it called there? The rotary cage with automatic random ball selector. Sounds very fun. And there's a little funny little flippy flap here with a cup on it, and that must be where the ball goes into, and then when gravity assists it, it drops the ball into the little funny little trap here, so that we can get the ball out for calling. And on the other side, there's a little cage gate, little doorway to put the balls into. So that's pretty cool. So I think if I remember correctly, I paid about £15 for this set, and that's not bad actually. It's quite good construction, and the balls are quite sturdy. The this number pad is good. Everything feels quite nice and sturdy, so I'm quite pleased with that. So yeah, it's great. And according to the box, we have 18 of these reusable bingo cards. Oh, and approximately 150 token markers. So let's just check the box again. Ah, I see. So here we go. You just have a quick look at this. So these are tokens to put on the boards that you've got, I guess, so that you can then catch a line one way or the other, horizontally or vertically. And then you don't have to make a mess of the boards. You can just use the tokens to um, to show the balls that you've won, that you've got, not won, but whatever whatever the numbers have been called. So that's great. You don't have to dirty them with one of those dauber pens or anything like that. So that's very interesting. So that's great. Well, I'll keep the box because it might be handy to pop them back into the box at some point. But it might be cool to have this all just set up ready to spin the wheel and pick out some numbers. So we'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pop this to one side, and I'm going to sort out the balls. So I'm going to move the balls aside for a second, and I'm going to just unpack this lovely bingo ball holder. What do they describe it as on the box? They call it it doesn't have a name, but you can see quite clearly there that the balls are designed. It's designed for the balls to fit snugly in there so they don't roll around and get lost once they're pulled out. Okay, so if I turn it over, there's a flap on the back, So I'm just going to pop this open like so. There we are. Very nice. And I'll tear into this because there's no way it's going back into this packaging. It's probably shrink wrapped and they'll vacuum sealed and they never work again once you've ripped them open. So that's that. Oh, and it turns out we have two. Isn't that cool? So it looks like they fit together like with these little sort of brackets. So if I pop these together like this, very gently, there we go. Oh, and one more, another line snap. There we are. And that's your bingo board. So you've got all of them there ready to fit your 75 balls. 1, 2 to 15, 61 to 75. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put that to one side, and then just for fun, we'll start to pop out these bingo balls. And I'm going to be quite anal about this, and I'm going to start at number 1, and we'll fill them in together. So let's take this and pop this in where you can see it. How's that? I think just about you can see that. That's great. Okay, so we've got ball number 1. Now, see if I can do this with my gloves on. What I'm doing is I'm very, very gently rolling the ball so that it comes out and just pries away from the 2 little plastic dooblies that are holding it together. So I'm just going to slide that there. I can feel it wants to come away from its mounting now. I'm just going to catch it there. And that's our first number. So number 1, B1, because under the B and number 1. There we go. So that's your first ball there. Okay. And again, I'm very anal about all this stuff. So I'm determined to put them upright and in the nice way that they go in. There we go. I'm going to try and keep that straight as well because I'm obsessed with neatness. Here we go. So our next one is coming out. There we go. That's the next one. And that's B2. B2 is ready. And I shall pop that in the holder here. There we are. And now on to the next one. And I'm not planning to speed this video up. I'm just going to very gently take the numbers one by one from their holder, and I'm going to pop them into the mount. And then hopefully the sound of my voice and the monotony of me doing this will put you to sleep. Or at the very least, just let you relax. And I love this sort of video, this sort of ASMR, because that's what triggers me, is I love to just watch somebody else engaged in an activity, as I'm sure many, many ASMR folk know and completely understand. There's just something about watching somebody else go about their work or go about their business that's extremely relaxing for an ASMR affected person. And we're on to B5 now. There we go. B5. I don't know if you can see that. This is one of my very first ASMR videos. So at the moment, I'm still getting to grips with some of the technology, and I hope that you'll bear with me. I can only improve over time, and we'll see how things go. Okay, so there's B6 there. bit faster at this now. I'm determined not to drop any and make too much noise. But if I do, I apologise in advance. And what I'll do is I'll figure out a way to mute the sound so that it's not jarring and wakes you out of your reverie, which I hope you're enjoying right now. B8. And now we're on to B9. And I'm just gently rolling this through so that it slides off the grid, off of its holder. And that's B9. There we go. B8 and B9. Lovely. And we are now a third of the way through the first rack. And those will go into the recycling when I'm done, because there's no way they're getting back on there unless I've got some hot glue or a soldering iron or something, which would just be insane because it's plastic for one thing. And why would I do that? So B10. B11 is next. That's, ooh, that one's stuck a little bit there. But there's B11. Let's see if I can get that the right way round and nice and secure. There we go. And now I've got B12, B, B, B12. There we go. B12 is now snugly in its holder. B13 is here as well. Oh, whoops, butterfingers, or cloth fingers. And again, oh goodness. Okay. So gently with that one. B13 is now secure. And we've got B14. There we go. We'll pop that in there, in its holder. And then we've got B15. B, B, B15. 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 Okay, so that's our first of 5 columns of numbers of our balls there set out. So that's 15. And now I need set 16 to 30. And that's this one right here. 16 to 30. Okay. So let's carry on. Just gently going to roll that out of its holder like so. And then pop that one at the top right here. There we are. You can see there's set there. And now B17. Oh, it's not B anymore, of course. It's not B anymore because that was under the B. This is under the I. So now we're on I16 and I17. There we go. Very nice. And then I18. 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 There we go. Lovely. And then I19. Here we are. I19. Maybe I should have worn black gloves for this project, because you'd probably see the white of the ball a lot easier in my fingers. But it's better than my horrible, sadly weather-chapped hands today. Oh, there we go. Oh no, I dropped it again. Oh dear. There we go. I20. We'll pop in I20. And I'll just straighten these balls a little. I don't like them, I like them to be smoothly straight and eye-pleasing. There we go. I-20. And there we have I-21. I-21 is now in place. There we are. It's very satisfying filling this tray with these balls. Although I am conscious that at some point I'll need to tip them all into the drum, into the rotary cage. I-22, I-22 there. And now I've got I-23 rolling out of its holder. There we go. And I'll just pop that right here. There we are. Lovely. I-24 is next. That one came out very easily and it slips in there quite nicely. You know, it's funny, these look a little bit like chickpeas to me. They're about the same size and they have a similar sort of look to them, I think. In shape anyway, they sort of almost perfectly rounded and then have a little notch at the end. They just remind me of chickpeas anyway. I'm not sure exactly on the money I am with that. So that's I-25 now. So we're making really good progress with this set. There. I-26. There we go. Oh, let's just slot that back into place there. There we go. Just make sure that's nice and level. Oh, it's popped out for me. Oh, and now I've made a mess of the other one. But that's okay. That's okay. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it like that because Bob Ross was right. Happy little accidents. So no need to stress too much about those. And we'll forge ahead with I-27, like so. There we are, I-27. And I can always come back and do some of these numbers a little bit later, just for my own satisfaction. There we go. Next one is I-28. I'm going to gently roll it out like this into my right hand and then onto the bingo board. There we go. So I-20 and I-20 goes here. And now we've I-29. I-29 securely in place under its younger brother. And then finally, for the eyes, we have I-30, and that will go into... Hey, birdie. Hello, birdie. I don't know if you can hear that, but in the background, it's our cuckoo clock. And I always say hello to Birdie when he pops out. There we go. So now we've got 2 empty trays. And again, this one will go into the recycling and be disposed of correctly. And now we're on to N, column N. And this is the set of 15 for column N. And that starts with number 31 and ends in 45. So I'm going to start by rolling out the first ball there, and I'll place N31 in its proper slot. There we are. That's great. Now I dare say this would be a lot easier without gloves on. So thanks for bearing with me with this. It's just for my own comfort, and also I didn't really want you to have to see my horrible hands with my first video. So they're just a little bit sore and chapped, but my hands tend to get this way during the winter time, so and I'm a little bit self-conscious of them, but they do get a little bit sore. There we go. So this helps. These gloves are helping. So there we are. So N for November. No, 33. N33. Come on. That's it. And there we go. And now N34 has dropped loose, dropped free of its cage, and is going back into the bingo board where it belongs. We are. Looking good so far. Just a quick breather for me. Right, N35. Oh. I don't know about you, but I'm finding this quite tiring as well. It's knocking me out. So hopefully it's having a similar effect to yourselves, dear viewer. N35, N36. N36 is secure. There we go. Very nice. And now we have N37. Just cracking my fingers there, my thumbs. It's a bad habit that I picked up a long time ago, but I like it. There we go. N37. Come on. There we are, fella. In you go. Oh, out you go. Try that one more time. It's really hard with gloves on. There we go. Looking good. Just going to pull my glove up again. That's it. Right then. So N38. That's it. Nice and secure there. N39. N39. Lovely. N40. Right there. And it's slightly askew, so I'm just going to put it back where it belongs. That's great. There. I28. I think it's caught a little bit and it's mounting there. That's it. That's it. Okay. Right then. So, time for N41. N for November. No, 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 no. N, N, N for November. N41. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. N42. Oh, and that one is way back to front there. So let's rotate that gently. That's it. Can we manipulate N41? Nope. Well, there we go. We'll let that stay as another happy little accident a la Bob Ross. Okay. N43 next. Here we go. There we are. Just slot that into place and give it a gentle manipulation to rotate it into where it belongs. Come on, fella. There we go. That's it. Lovely stuff. Proper job. Right. 2 to go under the N. So N44. There we are. N44 is in place. Lovely. And then N45 is also ready to go. That's it. And before I place this one, I'm just going to discard this tray, mount, bracket, whatever you call it, and widget, debris. And I'm going to put it into the recycling pile for later. Okay. Now N45 is ready to go where it belongs. That's it. Now, I propose we turn up the excitement a little bit and we use G and we go backwards. What do you think? Do you think you can handle the extreme pressure of counting backwards from 60 to 46? I know some of you are saying, whoa, slow down. You're off the chain now. You're just doing things in such a strange and crazy order. What are you like? But I figure it's my video and I'll do it how I want. There we go. So G60, ga, G, ga, G, 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 59, ga, ga, G, 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 58, G, 58. And just pop that in like that. G58. Lovely. Now G57. G57. Gee whiz. G57. And here we go. Pop that in there like that. Lovely stuff. G56 is next. There we go. And I'm going to pop that in like so. Come on there. That's it. Well done, fella. Now we're on to 55. And there it is. Exciting. G55 about to have its moment in the spotlight. There we go. Impressive. There we go, G55. Into your new home. Now, G54. Oh, that one was a bit stiff. There we go. So that's coming out now. And we're ready to slot him into place. There we go. Oh, this one's trying to escape from me. There we go. That's dropped in to 54. Next up, G53. G, 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 53. Pop that into there like that. Now, G52. There we are. We'll pop that into place just there as well. Excellent. Excellent. Now, G51. And we're moving along quite fine now. This is all muscle memory. As difficult as this looks, this is just quite straightforward now. Just easily, mindlessly sliding out the balls from their holders, twisting them off, and then popping them into their number tray. And it looks good. Looking very good now. Now we're on to G49. 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 There we are. Lovely. Now G48 is ready to go. G48 is in their slot. Now this is actually making me yawn. The monotony of doing this, it makes me want to go for a nap. So I hope you're getting a similar sort of sensation, and you're also having a few happy, wibbly feeling tingles. Oh, and the last of G is number 46. And we're just going to pop that in to its holder there at the top. So now we've got B, I, N, G, and O to go. O to go. Let me slide this out. Again, recycling this. Stay there. Right. Now we're going to start. We'll go back to tradition and we'll start at 61 and work our way down to the very final satisfying 075. So our first number will be 061. 061. What do you like? Now, I never said that I was funny, but I think I'm hilarious. So I'm going to do this and just amuse myself from time to time. say some silly things like that. There we go. So 062. 063. Come along. Offer your mount there, and we'll pop you in to your holder. There we are. There we go, fella. In you go. And a little bit squint. So let's straighten you up a wee bit. Like so. That's not too bad, I think. There's a one or two that are resistant and could possibly get worse if I mess around with it too much. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And then we'll go on to our next one. Under the O, number 64. And I'm just gently freeing that from its holder. And I should be slotting that into place like so. There we are. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That really is first class. Now we have number 65. And then once this one's dropped into place, we have just 10 balls to go. So 065. There we go. That's ready to go. On to the next one. So 066. For Star Wars fans out there, 066. Order 66. Is that a coincidence? Or is it all connected? That is very interesting. What do you think? Comment below if you think this has any meaning and any significance whatsoever. Or perhaps this is just the ramblings of a madman who is obsessively lining up bingo balls and talking to himself. There we are. So, next one, 067. Gently removing that from its holder. Just pop that down. And 67 is ready to slot into place. There we go. Lovely. Something very satisfying about the uniform way that it's laid out. I really, really like this. Okay, so 068. I shall pop that in. There we go. And that's in place right now. Done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go under the O. And that rhymes. There we are. So now we have number 69. So I shall pop that in where it belongs. And now we have 6 remaining. 070. 070. In you go, mate. That's it. There we are, fella. And now just 5 to go. So 71 is next. There we are. 71. That's it. 072 is now ready to slot in. There we go. Just a wee bit of manipulation to get him relatively straight. There we are. That's it. And now 073. 073. 073. 074 is next. And that's that. And then 075. There we go. Okay. Ooh, let's just pop that in there like that. So that's that. So that's your whole set of bingo numbers. 75 lovely little white balls. BINGO. Bingo. Fantastic. So next, I think I'll pop them in one at a time into their little cage here. We'll see how that goes because it might be a little bit noisy, but I thought we might as well go for the full experience. So again, that's going to go in the recycling. I know you get the idea by now, but just thought I'd say. There we go. That's that, ready to go in. I'm not going to bother with the tokens today because I'd like to keep them secure, to be honest, for when I do use them, if and when. But I'll leave them in there. I think they'll just prove to be too fiddly, and they'll just go all over the shop. So I'm going to pop that back into the box, along with my 18 reusable bingo cards, and we'll use those for another time. Pop those in for now. Okay, so now I'm just going to slide this over. There we go. And I'm going to introduce the rotary cage with automatic random number selector. Cool. There we go. Okay. Now I need to open the cage like so. Like so. Like that. And then we're ready to go. So let's see how we get on. We'll start from the top with B1 and we'll see how that sounds when I drop it in. Oh, what do you think? That might be a little bit loud, but we'll keep going and I'll see if I can fix it in the edit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, getting ahead of myself, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and we're just under halfway with the numbers now. 36, 37, and with 38 we are at the midway point. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. So we are now done on B, I, N, and G, and we just have O to go. O, 61, O, 62, O, 63, O, 64, O, 65, O, 66, O, 67, O, 68, O, 69, and 70. 5 to go. 71, 72, 73, 74, and our last one, 75. And we have a blank board and a full cage. I'm going to secure this now to make sure they can't come out. And let's just give them a little roll and see what they sound like whilst they're in their rotary cage. Here we go. That's the first number. Second number. Need to hold this down into place. There we go. And now we have a set of balls there that have popped out. So let's just, for finality, let's just have a little play and see what they are. So we've got, push that to one side, pop that there. So we've got N38, so under the N, 38. There we are. Under the N, 31. Under the I, 27. 27. Can you see that? 27. There we go. What do we have here? Under the N again, 40. Lots of N's. Wow. Under the G, 57. Just there, like that. And then under the O, 69. That's it. And under the B, 13. B. B13. And then finally, B10. That's it. Now, I don't know if that's how many bingo numbers you're supposed to pick out. I'm not doing it for that reason. I just wanted to stop there and just have a little fun with it. So that's my new bingo set. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It always relaxes me to hear bingo numbers called out, and it lulls me off to a sleepy place where that wibbly feeling takes over, and you get those tingles, and it's great. I'm already very relaxed just doing this, and I thought it would be a lot more stressful making sure that this video went to plan. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on now, and I will let you get off to sleep, and I hope you have a very, very pleasant rest, and I wish you all the best.